morning, you beautiful people. How are y'all today? So, Buster and I, let me get seat warmer on. It's headed to work. It's a bit chilly here. It is like, oh goodness, Buster, what you got? It's like 59 degrees. And it's a bit chilly, but we love it because we know what's coming. That hot summer's coming. So we'll take these days while we can. Did I tell y'all it's Tuesday? Tuesday, April 20th. And I'm headed to work with my brother. Y'all, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. We've gotten so much accomplished. I can't wait to show all y'all. It's gonna be quite the transformation because we have literally gutted this thing. And it's just gonna be all new. The only thing we haven't touched is the laundry room and the guest bathroom, but that was already done. So it's gonna be quite the transformation. I can't wait to show y'all. So I haven't like videoed the actual process, but I've got some video and I'll be getting lots of pictures. And if that's something y'all are interested in, definitely let me know. And I will try to put together a decent video with that. Anyway, y'all, I'm in the middle of filming a video. It started Saturday, and it just proves that things do not always go the way we plan them or the way we want them to. And this one is most certainly it's most certainly like giving me some issues. But James is actually in this video with me, and I guess my question is, do y'all want to see like my struggles with it, or do y'all just want to see how it started and then what I did to complete it? I feel like that it would be beneficial to show like the different struggles, because it just proves that, you know, it doesn't always work out the way we want it to. So y'all just let me know what y'all want with that. Of course, James is James, and he's a mess. He is a mess. Oh my goodness. But we started it Saturday. We worked on it all day Saturday. We worked on it Sunday evening after church. We worked on it just a tiny bit last night. And I don't see us getting this thing finished. You know, I would love to have it finished by the weekend. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna have a video up on it. But nothing really exciting been going on. Oh, Granny had her 94th birthday. Thank you so much to everyone that commented. And I just thank y'all so much for loving my granny the way that you do. She is the queen of our family. We love and adore her. And she has most definitely been spoiled, as she should be. She has, our whole family just makes over her, because I mean, she's a matriarch of our family, and we just love her. And she has definitely been spoiled, and she's had a great birthday weekend, and it's not over yet. I think this weekend her son is coming in. He lives in Missouri, and he's coming down to see her, and then he's turning right back around and going back home. But I think they're gonna go eat to celebrate her birthday. The only boy out of 4 girls, the only boy, so he was rotten too. And So she's got that to look forward to this weekend. I know that I've had several people like, you know, want more cooking videos with her, and I agree, I do too. But this arm of hers has really give her fits. She broke it the Wednesday. If you're new here, I'll just tell you, she broke it the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and it was a bad like wrist break. The way it was broke, it was a bad break. Anyway, so she's been dealing with that since the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. She's now having physical therapy, and we are going back May 1st of May sometime. I think it's May the 4th. I'm not sure. I had it in my calendar, but taking her back. He wanted to see her after she had like 7 weeks of physical therapy, and it just hurts her, and she'll have spells where she feels like, okay, it's finally healing, it's finally getting better, and then like it's really been bothering her the past couple weeks. So we're gonna take her back, and hopefully we get some good news. Excuse me with that. So I said all of that to say, as soon as she gets to feeling better with all of that, and she can get in there and do her thing, we are definitely going to film some videos. We've got us a list of some recipes that she wants to share. I've added some to the list that people have asked about, and we are definitely going to film. So y'all just please be patient with her and me. We are definitely aware that it is much wanted and requested, and I'm not ignoring those requests. I'm really not. I appreciate them, but circumstance, things happen. So as soon as that happens, as soon as she feels where she can, then we're definitely going to film some more. And other than that, she's a little spitfire, and she, even with the broke wrist, keeps us all in line. You don't mess with Granny. But that's the update with Granny, and why there aren't any recent cooking videos with her. But fingers crossed, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, we're gonna get back to that. My daddy is doing well. It is amazing. Like, I don't want to gross y'all out, but he had open heart surgery. We know what all that entails, where they crack your chest and all that. Y'all, that part is not even bothering him. Like, he's not even in any pain with that, which you would think, oh my goodness. It's his leg where they took the veins for his bypass. His leg is what's giving him the issues. So he's just in slight pain with that, some discomfort, and it's like not even really been bad enough for him to even take pain meds. Man is strong. But that's what's been bothering him, is his leg. He does have a follow-up appointment with his GP this week. So hopefully, everything's fine with that. It's very tight. I don't know if that's normal, but my daughter is coming up today. She's the nurse, and she actually was in wound care and stuff, so she's coming up today and gonna, look at it real well, and, just kind of see what's going on. But other than that, he's doing amazing. He's getting out walking like he's supposed to. Not a lot, but they're wanting him to get up and walk and move, and that's what he's doing. And he's a man, okay, first and foremost, so you know how they are as patients, but he wants to just be up and back at it and this and that, and we're like, look, dude. Well, I was talking to him last week, and I'm like, look, it's only been a week. You had major surgery. You're going to have to calm it down, basically, is what I told him. And so I have to, thank goodness I can see him every day, because I'm up there working, and of course, when we get home, I have to FaceTime him and check on him and make sure he's all right. Mama's treating him good, because, you know, I ain't opposed to moving him for a while. No, I'm just kidding. She's taking very good care of him. But we're very blessed to still have him, because y'all cannot even tell y'all the different times it will hit me. Oh, I don't want to cry. First of all, it amazes me at God's mercy and grace, how he is just, y'all, he literally lined everything up, and it worked out perfectly. He put the right people at the right time at the right place to take care of my daddy and my mama. And, you know, he gave them favor in the hospital with the nurses and the doctors. And it has just been amazing to watch God work. And there's been times that it will just hit me just how good God is, because this could be a different week in our lives. You know, things could have went totally the opposite direction. And when I start thinking about that, and it just hits me at times, it just really, it will humble you and just make you realize, you know, how truly helpless we are, but how safe we are that we depend on God, because takes care of us and he has us in his hands. And it just blows my mind that the King of Kings, the creator of the universe, wants to spend time with me, listens to me, visits with me, loves me, cares about me, knows me by name. Y'all, when I get to thinking about that, oh my, who am I, you know? But God is so good, and y'all, he's so mindful of every little detail. There's nothing that gets by him. There's nothing that catches him off guard. There's nothing that surprises him. He's so mindful of everything. And he reminded us in church Sunday that if it matters to us, no matter how big or small or insignificant it may seem to others, if it matters to us, it matters to him. And you can take the smallest thing, or you can take something that just looks so completely impossible. You can take it to him, and you can pray, and you can ask him to help. And y'all, if it matters to you, it matters to God. And I've known that, but it just really resonated with my soul Sunday when I heard it. And just, I don't know, this whole thing with my daddy has just really, like, has really blessed me. And I just thank God for his wonderful grace and mercy. And I got to reading the other day how his mercies are new every day. You know, and then I was listening to Karen Wheaton. I love her. And I have some of her stuff downloaded on my phone. And I was just having a prayer meeting one morning headed to work. And she was reading out of Psalms about, you know, how slow to anger, and quick to forgive. And, that's what we need to be. We need to be, especially in today's world. And y'all, I'm not trying to preach. I'm really talking to myself. But in today's world that is so hurt, all this mess that's going on, the root of all of it is hurt and fear. And we need to be so slow to anger and quick to forgive. And I'm really trying that. Now look, that don't mean it happens, because I'm so imperfect. I have my moments. And I'm gonna tell you, when I have to do my most repenting is on the way to church on Sundays with my road rage. It never fails. The past 2 Sundays, somebody would do something just stupid stuff, and I'd catch myself getting angry and mouthing off, and then I'd just be like, oh Lord, forgive me. First of all, I don't know their circumstance. I don't know why they're in such a hurry. There might be an issue, so I have to be asking for forgiveness on the way to church on Sundays and just get a hold of myself, because I get some road rage sometimes, y'all. Anyway, I didn't mean to get off on that, but that's just what I've been feeling here lately. I've just been very all up in my feels here lately, y'all. I don't know, all up in my feels. But let me tell you what God did to me the other day on my way to work. So, there's really not anything I care to listen to on the radio. I go through spells. I don't know if y'all are the same way, but there's just nothing that interests me on the radio. So I've been catching up on my son's podcasts. And there was so many that I had not listened to. I really didn't realize that it was that many. But, things happen for a reason. And it is just amazing how going back and listening to some, how they wasn't meant for me then. You know what I'm saying? They were meant for me now, because they have blessed my soul in so many times. I've laughed with them. I've cried with them. It spoke to me. Some of them have, because they cover all things. Some of them are funny. Some of them, they get spiritual. Some of them, are they're just all types. Very family friendly. Anyway, so I got in the car the other day, was headed to work, and yeah, I drive a while to get to George County. It's about a good 45-minute drive. Somebody was like, Lord, how far do you drive? You're driving so far. It's a good 45 minutes on a good day. It can be like 55 minutes, but anyway, so I have quite a drive. So I've been able to catch up on a lot of podcasts. So I get in the car and I'm ready to put on some podcasts. Well, I go to one, it says episode unavailable. I was like, okay. So I click on another one, it says episode unavailable, and I'm like, that's just weird, but okay. Every one I clicked on was episode unavailable, and I was like, okay. So then I've made me a playlist on my phone, a worship playlist. So I was like, well, let me just put on my worship music. And y'all, I had the best prayer meeting going to work, and the Spirit of the Lord just filled this car, rode with me, talked to me, just ministered to me, to my soul. And I realized God did that. He did not want me listening to the podcast. Not that there was anything wrong with the podcast. He wanted that time with me. And that just humbled me so much, because, again, who am I? Who am I that the King of Kings, the Creator of the universe, the Lord of Lords, just car, putting you on some good old worship music, and just spending some time with God. It is amazing. And you don't have to get in your car. Like, you can just put it on in your house if you're doing stuff in your house. But I seem to have some of my best prayer meetings in my car. I've often said that my car is my altar because when I was going to work, when I was working every day, I mean, I would have a good 45-minute drive one way every day. And, you know, there was so many times, I mean, my car was my altar. It's just plain and simple. But, yeah, it was just amazing. So that afternoon, I got to work. And that afternoon, I got in the car. Playlist started, the podcast started right up. No issues. The same ones I tried to listen to earlier. So God will do just little things like that with me. And I'm going to tell y'all another story that happened. This happened several years ago. So my son, when he was a teenager, worked at our local gospel radio station. He was a DJ there. And y'all, this was a very dark time in my life that this story took place. And I liked to listen to him when I knew he was on the air. So I think I was going home. And this is before James and I was married. Very dark time in my life. So I was listening to him. I was driving home. I don't even know where I was coming home from, but that's irrelevant. Well, this song come on all of a sudden, and it was called God is My Refuge. Y'all, that song was for me from God directly, and I'm going to tell you why I know this. It's just how God works. So I listened to the song. I was crying and boo-hooing and praying, and just, y'all, was not anywhere near where I needed to be with God at this time. This was one of the very dark times in my life where I was not where I needed to be with the Lord. And so I text my son. I said, oh my goodness. I don't even remember exactly how I said it, but I said, who sings that song you just played? That song was for me, you know. And he told me, I was like, no, that the one you just played, the one that just went off. And he said, that's it. I said, no, that's not it. Anyway, I was telling him some of the words and stuff in the song. He's like, we don't have that. We don't have that song at our station. Now, this is a tiny radio station, y'all. I was like, yes, you did. I just heard it, you know. So later on, when he and I got face to face, I told him the story. He's like, Mama, he said, we don't have that song anywhere in our catalog of music at the radio station. I was like, but Cody, yes you do, because you played it. So he went back to, the next day he was at work, he went through all of the catalogs of their songs. They did not have that song in their catalog anywhere in that radio station. And when I realized God played that song for me at that time, you talk about humbling and boo-hooing and crying, and it is just, God does stuff like that, y'all. It was just such a time. So of course I went and bought the song off of iTunes. I was not able to find the one that I actually heard, like the man that sung the one I heard, but I got one that's very similar. And yeah, it's just amazing how mindful God is of us. It just blows my mind sometimes how he works. But I was at such a low time in my life, and I needed that so bad. I just needed to hear that God was my refuge, you know, that. Anyway, so that's a little story about one of the things that God's done for me. There's been so many, I can't even tell them all. But I'm just going to end that. I'm going to end this there. I hope y'all have a great Tuesday. I'm actually almost to work. No, that's not true. I still have about 20 minutes. But anyway, I love y'all. I hope y'all have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.